Man, hold up.
Man, hold up.
Listen to your mind for the signs, so you never, ever, ever, ever be blind.
This is for everybody, everybody, everybody going through it. This is for everybody doing everything they can to make it through it. Through it. This is for everybody, everybody, everybody going through it. This is an invitation to visit my garden. I can help you through it. Through it.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of This Is For Everybody podcast. I am your lovely host, Charity J. I finally got a name, but it's very simple. Charity J. I'm going to stick with it. And if the Lord moves me to get a new one, I'll just get a new one. But in the meantime, this is your host, Charity J. And I am here back with my lovely co-host, Mr. Antwon McNeece, aka Twan. Twan, tell me what it is on the mic one time for me.
What's going on? It's your boy, Minister Antwon McNeece, aka Twan, aka Frank, aka Pooh. You already know what it is, baby.
You already know what it is. And we are back with another episode after being gone for a minute, but we back with the jump off, like Lil Kim said.
One loose titty, one secured one.
But she had a tassel on.
Right.
No Janet Jackson.
Yeah, you right.
No Janet Jackson. Cheers to that. Clink, clink, clink.
Clink.
All right, Radio Land. How y'all been doing? Is everybody drinking their water, doing their medications, breathing? Because it's important to breathe through this shit. Y'all breathing? Y'all reading? Minding your business? How's it going? Well, I just want to start these things off by, usually checking in with each other, seeing how each one has been doing. Each one teach one, motivate one to do the next damn thing. So I'll start with you, Antwon. Tell me, how's your day been going? How's your week been going? Talk to me.
Okay, well, first of all, I got plenty to say. My week has been going very well, but it also has been very real at the same time. There's a lot of things and a lot of friendships that have been revealing themselves to me as far as like just how real it's meant to be in my life. Like having conversations with people, especially my friends who are outside of my race and who I have to get with sometimes, because sometimes I won't say they necessarily be out of line, but they just don't know, but I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, you may not know these things, but what are you doing to research? Like, let's not get lazy with this shit. Like, are you here, you know what I'm saying, living? Or are you here to learn as well? Because hell, I've been learning since the motherfucking jump. Hell, I can't even, I don't even know the time that I didn't have a chance to just breathe, sit down, just relax, eat some good food, not cheese, toast, and sugar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just really, really trying to understand. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna get too deep right now because this is just the introduction. But I have been experiencing a lot of chaos and dysfunction and disorder. It has been surrounding me, but I have been taking it on and trying to recreate and dissect it in a way that doesn't allow me to be distorted as an individual. Like there's energy that's distorted around me, but I don't necessarily have to be distorted. And I'm thankful, be to myself. I would say be to God, but be to myself, because I am also a creator. The creator created me to be a creator. And I'm just so thankful to just exist in this time. So last week, the past week was a good week. Today is a good day. And today is an amazing day because I'm here with y'all, because I'm here with your first lady, Charity J.
Yes, you are. And we give God the glory for it, don't we?
Shondo.
Amen. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
And amen again.
Amen.
Well, good. It sounds like you had a reflective week. Like that's really, really dope to kind of always be in mindfulness of what your surroundings are, who's in your space, who do you allow to get that energy from you, because that's most important. Who are you giving your energy and time to? You know, like I said, hell, like Drake said, once again, we're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time.
Mm.
And if you're going to be here in my space during that good time, serve your purpose. So I respect that. I respect that. Checking in with myself. I literally flew back in today from Chicago. So I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Like I've been having such a reflective week like you've been having too, but more so on a sense of self-reflection, not about what's happening in the world, but self-reflection in myself. I guess that sounds very oxymoronic when you say it out loud like that, but reflecting on myself. And I've discovered that I am highly sensitive. I'm super empathetic. I'm highly sensitive. I've created a world where peace is so high on the priority list for me that I blindly and naively think that other people grasp that concept too. And everybody ain't in that state of peace like me. There's a lot of turmoil in other people's lives where I don't think about it. So with me being happy, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be happy. You can't take my smile away. I did that already. So why do I have to lower myself, lower my vibration to meet your low vibrational ass?
Mm. Mm.
I shouldn't have to lower myself, dim my light, shrink myself just so you can feel comfortable in my presence. You're already in my presence if I allow you to do that. So
Yeah.
why is it that you can't meet me in a happy space? You want to be mad all the time? Who wants that? Who wants to wake up and be upset every damn day?
Right.
That is not healthy. That's not healthy. You're going to run your blood pressure up. And I'm just going to look at you because I'm so at peace, I will literally okay you to death. Like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? I'm happy. But at the end of the day, again, I recognize that not everybody is on my same level of peace, not on my same level of mindfulness and concentration and focus. And that's okay. You have to learn to accept people for who they are in the spaces that they are, as well as not dim who you are in order to make them comfortable. Because misery loves company. And I'm a boutique hotel kind of girl. This ain't the Motel 6. This ain't the Super 8. This ain't shit. I don't know. Some little podunk motel, drive-in, movie theater spot in fucking West Texas. This ain't that. When you come here, you gonna receive the love that I have because that's what I am. My mama named me Charity for a reason. And I used to be so upset about my name because I see a tease for my name. But now I stand strong in my name: charity, love, servitude, kindness, joy, happiness. My name is literally the embodiment of who I am, even on the days when I have bad days. But my name, my surroundings, the people I let in my space, it's all reflective of who I am as a total person in one package. And it's aligned fully. It's manifested itself at its highest potential now. I'm very high vibrational. And again, you're not just going to be in my space if you continue to be so negative. But that's just what my week has been. Self-reflection. And as y'all know I'm going to be moving to Chicago literally in like a month now. So I'm just excited for that. I was in Chicago actually this time to just relax and clear my own head. I got to sleep, something I don't really do a lot. I was able to sleep, had some good company, etc., etc. Won't go into details on about that because I'm grown. But yeah, all right. That's all we got. Ain't
Well,
got no
hold up.
more.
Well, hold up, because I don't know if this wine hit, but I mean, I don't feel like that was just about your week, but I felt like it was a word too. So I'm gonna go ahead and compliment it because in response to what you were saying about negative people coming into your life and leaving them there, and you know how they blood pressure be so high, so boiling, you know, because I'm in the medical field, I may check their blood pressure just to be on the safe side. But I'm just like, I am the type of person just like you, like sometimes naive and I would say myself gullible, because I don't go into a relationship, any type of relationship, romantic or friendship, judging people, you know? Like if you bring to the table who you are, I expect you to be that. I'm not saying, oh, this no you wrong. You're wrong. You ain't who you is. You know,
Right.
I'm really trying to get to know you as a person, and getting to know a person means that there's no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. But it's not until people reveal themselves to you is when you start having to unfold the truth and start to realize that you need to step away from the bullshit, because it's nothing but bullshit. So I just wanted to kind of like chime in on that and just say that, because I didn't want to just leave that be, because I feel like it's very relatable to me, to the people that I've experienced, and probably the people that are listening to this podcast.
For sure, for sure. And I think because I try and pick a word to set the tone for my week. And I think the word that we have set for ourselves this week is unlearning.
Right.
Unlearning, because I think what happens is that, I'm 29 going on 30 next month. Antwon just turned 29. And in that time span, you realize that the tools that you've been given as children, as adolescents, as teenagers, as young adults, some of them may not have always been the most healthiest, the most positive. And it's up to you, because at the end of the day, at a certain age, you have to be accountable for yourself. You can't blame, oh, my dad did this. My mother wasn't there for me. I didn't have it easy or whatever. And don't get me wrong, all of that is true. I'm never going to take away somebody's struggle. But at some point in time, you just got to choose to want better for yourself and unlearn that toxic shit. Do you want to improve yourself enough to really unlearn the bullshit? AKA our new theme is revamp the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have what it takes to say, by all means necessary, I came from this. This is my lineage. This is where I started. This is what I've been taught for generations on end, but this is not who I want to be anymore. And I'm going to change it. I'm going to unlearn it. I'm going to fix it because I want better for myself. I see better for myself. I envision better for myself. And I'm going to get it done regardless of the cards stacked up against me. So that is our word and lesson for the week. I'm going to let Minister McNeece go ahead and introduce you all to our sermon. We're going to get started. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, prayers, you can always send it to, this is for everybody podcast at gmail.com. Again, that is this is for everybody podcast at gmail.com. Also, because I don't know if you're aware, we got a tithes and offering collection plates. Because, the doors of the church have to stay open. And how we going to do that?
Hey.
We need a little donation, honey.
Yes.
We need a little donation, honey.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So, if you feeling generous, sow your seed, your 10% to our Cash App. Is it Cash App, right, Antwon? Go ahead and tell them, because I know that you have it.
Yeah. No, it's actually the PayPal. The PayPal has a Tyson offers collection plate. We'll definitely have a Cash App available as well for those who only use Cash App. But right now, we're just going to focus on the PayPal because you guys can put in, that information that you guys use to go ahead and do your shopping. But ultimately, it's available for you guys to contribute to a cause of individuals who are dedicated to bringing the truth back to our own community. So let's get into the
Basically,
word. Let's get into the word. So the
word.
word
Take it over.
is unlearn. And basically what Charity was saying earlier, as far as just understanding that, and I will compliment what she was saying, that the things that you learned in your childhood, understanding and accepting that it has an expiration date, that it possibly has an expiration date. And even though these are the things that I've been taught, and the things that I feel that I should know, this may not be who I am as an individual. And you have to be willing to accept that, and eventually merge into a consciousness where you're not afraid to let go of toxic things that really, really, really bound you, keep you bounded up, and keep you incarcerated in your own mind and in your own household and in your own life. And when you get into the world, you become a person full of anxiety and depression and maybe anger, and you don't even realize where that comes from. It comes from the root of which you come from. And you have to understand that if you're not willing to go back to that garden and understand those seeds that have been planted, and be able to get on your hands and knees and pull down in them roots and take things out because they don't fulfill you anymore.
I'm signing, y'all. This is my sign language. I'm praise dancing. Sorry, I'm praise dancing. So if
Hopefully you see it.
Antoine decides to upload this video, just know that this is me doing my praise dance because I feel those chains falling.
Yes.
Break every chain. Break
Yes.
every chain. Okay, go ahead. Go off, minister. I'm sorry.
And that's
But
what we're trying to do. Yeah.
I get a little spicy when you start talking that shit.
I know. And I get a little spicy too, but I gotta hold it in because it's coming from me. And I gotta hold it together. But speaking of breaking every chain, like the whole blueprint and foundation of breaking every chain is to unlearn the things that you've been taught. And breaking every chain means that you are obedient to the cause. You are obedient to the mission of being served and being available for the world and being available for your mission and your purpose and showing up every single day, even when it hurts, even when it's full of pain and emotions, even when it's full of confusion and doubt.
Mhm.
You have to be dedicated to the cause, because what are you here for? You have to literally wake up every day and realize that you're here for a specific reason, a specific purpose. And every time you open your eyes, you have to be dedicated to that mission, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have a mission. You have to look at everything around us and realize that everything is full of creations and also are surrounded by creators. We are creators as humanity.
Mhm.
That's what we are.
Mhm.
And so you have to open your eyes up and realize that there's a bigger picture, bigger than religion, bigger than spirituality, bigger than science, bigger than food and plants and seeds and flowers and animals and everything that exists in this world that we were taught. But if you're too afraid, too closed minded, too broken, too wounded,
Mm.
too depressed,
Mhm.
too full of anxiety and emotions, too full of doubt and wanting to be consumed and wanting to be smothered by someone or something that has held you hostage, held your mind, then you will never evolve. And
Mhm.
if that's cool with you, cool. But the
Right, say
majority
that.
of humanity, yeah, the majority of humanity is not about that shit. We are about evolving. It we feel some type of way when we don't get what we want. That is evolution. evolution peeking in and saying, I want to exist. I want to exist. And so we eventually have to not necessarily smother our pride, but have a relationship with our pride. Not necessarily bury our ego, but have a relationship with our ego and our
Right.
anger, so that we can get to understand who we are and how we are triggered. If you don't know anything about yourself and what you can bring to the table, how you show up and how you show off and how you show out negatively and positively, then you will not know how to show up and show out for anybody else. You can't bring anyone into your life if you're not right with yourself, if you don't have a relationship with yourself. So hopefully you
Mhm.
get that in a bit of a synopsis, the power of being obedient to the cause and the power of being obedient to unlearning some things. So where you want to go from here, first lady?
Um, I think with what you just said, I kind of want to share one of my stories. Um, it's more so unlearning how to, or unlearning the victim role. I think what I experienced in my childhood, maybe one day I'll actually share the story and just put it out there for the whole world to actually know what happened to me, what transpired in my life. Um, but unlearning the victim role and taking my power back. I think that so oftentimes we like to protect the person that wronged us, but it doesn't release us from that trauma itself. And so every time we interact with someone, every time we come in contact with someone and they wrong us or they hurt us, we approach it as, well, you did this to me and I did nothing wrong. And why is it that you're coming at me this way? And, defense mechanisms is the wall is just up 100% of the time. And I think for me, unlearning that victim role, I realized I was blocking myself from so many blessings. I was blocking myself from abundance. I was blocking myself from money. I was blocking myself from true mental peace, clarity, happiness, evolvement, advancement, all other positive words that could fit into what I was ultimately blocking myself from because I just could not let it go. And I think that it played a lot of how I moved. Again, I used to shrink myself to make people feel more comfortable because I knew that deep down inside of me that my brightness was way more translucent than what I was giving out. But I never wanted to offend anybody. My parents, my grandmothers, they always taught me to be humble. Let your word, let your actions, let your due diligence speak for itself. But in doing that, I would sometimes make myself feel like I'm not as great as what I am. And I think people in general do that. We shrink ourselves because we get consumed in work. When you're at work, you're just a number, you're just a person ultimately working towards the goal of the overseer, which is the CEO, your managers, team leads, all of that. You shrink yourself in this box and you forget that I am a person too. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be great. I deserve to have my ideas heard. I deserve to have my thoughts manifest into reality. And I think for me, and I guess we'll rewind, I have to give a shout out to my ex-boyfriend because without him, without that experience of being with him, I would have never found my purpose. I don't think I would have even found my voice again if it was not for him. The things that I've learned from him, regardless of how that situation turned out, were very valuable in awakening my subconscious and opening my eyes to understand that I don't have to settle. I don't have to shrink myself in this box just so others don't get uncomfortable. regardless of how that situation played out, I am truly thankful that he gave me that lesson. Every lesson that I learned with unlearning toxic behaviors and toxic attitudes, what it all boils down to again is your root, your garden. Where did you get this from? Who taught you this? Who taught you what self-love looks like? Who taught you what respect looks like? Who taught you how to communicate to others looks like? All of that plays a role in how you move in the world, the type of jobs you apply for, the type of people you get into relationships with, your friendships. All of that is all a manifestation of what your roots were. And I think with unlearning those things, you just really realize that you tolerated and put up with a lot of BS that you didn't have to. You just didn't have to do it. But it's not your fault. Again, while I understand that everybody is not conscious or woke or privy to the notion that there is another life that you can live outside of this hurt, this anger, this pain, this depression, this anxiety. There's another light on the side of the tunnel if you just choose to say, I'm unlearning this shit. I can't do it anymore because it's not serving me. And I also think that sometimes people won't unlearn it because it gets them the results, the attention that they need in that moment. Why is it that I need to change when I'm getting reinforcement for my negative behaviors? Even though it's not really a positive reinforcement, it's still an attention factor that you get because you've displayed these behaviors. I don't understand it, but I know why people do it. And that is just my personal story, unlearning, playing that victim role, because at the end of the day, I can woe is me all I want to, but the world will not give a shit about my trauma story. Everybody has a trauma story. It's what you do. How do you pull yourself out the mud? How do you pick yourself up with your bootstraps and press forward? I think that's it. I think that's all I got. That was very reflective. And like I said, with me going through reflection of where I want to moving forward, coming into my 30s, I just feel like I'm in a totally different place. Everything that I want, I see it in my head, I envision it, and I'm going for it. I'm in therapy, even though I'm on a 2-month hiatus right now because my therapist, she's pregnant, so she's going to have her baby soon. So it really is a testing moment for me to know if I've learned everything, that if I can use the tools that's been given to me in therapy. And this is my test. And I'm ready. I don't want to be a victim of the shit anymore. That was my past, but I don't live there no more. I'm done.
That was a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy how you so reserved, but you just told it all without telling it.
That's how I do. I give
Like,
y'all
so slick with it.
I'm so slick with it. I'll give you enough just to be like, damn, like she went through some shit. Like, because let me tell you, people
she went through some shit. We don't know what it is though.
Right. People assume, I don't know where this is come. Maybe this is probably my own self-conscious work that I got to do with myself. But people assume that I'm just, because I really am a happy, bubbly kind of girl. But I also internalize a lot. I internalize a lot to where, and you've known it, you've seen it, where I've been down for like 2 weeks at a time straight. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody. My anxiety is up. I'm crying all the time. I remember that one time you literally called me and I was literally thinking about you and I started crying. Like, it was like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? I just called to say hello. I was like, I know, but I've been crying for the past 2 days and I thought about you and then I just started crying. But I have moments where, as we all do, we're human. Like, I don't think there's not one person on this planet that doesn't feel every type of emotion. It's just, how do you express them? But I have those moments. I have moments where I'm extremely vulnerable, but I'm also very stubborn. So, and I don't like being a burden on people. So I internalize all of my things instead of just pushing them out, which I'm unlearning that too, because mentally, when I keep all those thoughts in my head, I drive myself insane. I start overthinking. I think about scenarios that don't even exist, that won't even happen, that ain't even remotely close to even becoming true. And I'm just like, why are you tweaking? Just breathe. Just breathe. Like, you can literally just stop. It's just a thought. And see, and that's the thing too. Acknowledge the fact that it is a thought, but that's just all that it is. It's just a thought. Your mind has to be way stronger than your heart. Because all of this right here, your heart is what be fucking this that damn brain up right here, because you just all over the place. I'm so emotional. I'm so emotional. Because I am an emotional person. I am. I'm hard as hell. I'm tough as nails, but I'm super emotional. And I will cry at literally anything because I want to see people win. I want to see people do good. I want to see people healthy. I want to see people smiling. The world is already tough enough that somebody in this world has to be nice. Somebody just has to. And unfortunately, that's me. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, it is me. But unfortunately, I realize that not everybody is here to receive that because it's too foreign for them.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? And I want to add something to that because it kind of proves a big point, and I want to bring Trump in
Go
this.
off. Oh shit, no. Not that nigga.
There you go. Wait, which one is it? Go off or oh shit no?
Oh shit,
Which
no, because I
which
don't know. But you know, we gonna talk about it regardless. But it's just like,
Well, let me just say this because what you were saying is that we need nice people in the world. And I think we had a bit of a battle in our world of who does what, who gives what, who shows up for what. And that all spilled out when he was in office. And
mhm,
and I want to say to the people, even the people who are Trump supporters who are listening to our podcast, it wasn't that maybe he did do positive things. Maybe he did do positive things for uh the black community or HBCUs or homeless people or whatever that we don't even know about. It was the fact that this man was not nice.
mhm.
He was not a nice man. Like, nice meaning having common courtesy, having
Yeah.
the ability to have empathy, for a culture that doesn't belong to him, understanding what it means to be broke. You've never experienced that, so you don't know how to
Well,
feel.
hold on now, because if we go by tax records, he really ain't that rich. The nigga really ain't that rich. You know what I'm saying? But I feel what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
but
By
it's just yeah,
paper, on his resume, he is technically rich, but he got a lot of shit to clean up. He a nigga. He one of us.
yeah,
But see, the thing is, he just wasn't fortunate enough to get all this melanin skin.
yeah. And he could have been jumped in, but he broke too many codes.
He broke too many codes. Like, once you break, I'm sorry, go off.
No, you good. Like we having a conversation about it. This is what it is. What? Go ahead. What now?
I'm
What?
just saying, once you cross the line, like, don't expect to be back in good graces with us. You see what the fuck we did to Omarosa? That bitch ain't coming back. She is on the no-fly list. She can't come to the cookout. And she damn sure, if she do come, she gonna sit her ass in the corner. And she can't make the potato salad because she look like the motherfucker that put raisins in it.
Mm,
Karen ass.
So which one of us gonna bring her a plate? Which one it is? It must be the cool auntie.
I guess it's the one that always want to make peace with everybody. That's the
Yeah.
auntie that's gonna be like, here, baby. I know everybody ain't fucking with you right now, but I feel like I give you a little plate.
Yeah.
That's who it is. But that bitch, she can stay where she at. He can stay where he at. Let me tell you, since he's been out of office, it's been real quiet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they planning something, if they plotting something, what they got going on within the next 4 years up and coming when it's time for reelection. I don't know what they got going on. But I will say that he can stay where he at. I really hope he just decides like, no, I don't think I want to run again. I'm hoping that's what he does. But if he comes back, I'm pretty sure him and all of his little minions, they are coming back full force, and they coming for blood, literally. They're coming for blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Just because of how much he showed up and showed out. Like
Hmm.
he literally showed out and it was a lot. Um
And it was literally just in January. We were like, I think it was January 6th. We weren't even 6 days, a good week into 2021 before these motherfuckers, these white niggas, started storming the Capitol. We can't have no source of peace. I'm sick of this shit. America is raggedy as hell. We need to unlearn and detox from America. Where is the reparations? That's what I want to know. Where is my money?
oh yeah, monthly, yearly, daily. Yeah.
Hourly, goddamn.
My
Like,
ancestors check.
okay, run me my shit.
Yeah, at the end of the day because it's just too much.
It's too much.
And it's a contradiction. Like, the land of the free, nigga win.
Because I'm shackled, shackled and chained, standing in the child line.
Anyway.
Good times. It wasn't no good times.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, we are so off subject, but I kind of feel like it kind of just aligns with what we was talking about. And I say that to say because this next thing that I'm gonna bring up, because it's my time to share what I have unlearned, and I've been waiting to talk about this since last week, since the church board brought it up, and I just been ready to get it off my chest because it ain't been something that I've held on to. It's been something that I let go, but to be able to reintroduce it to y'all, and I haven't even told Charity. I don't even think I told Charity.
You ain't tell me.
I don't think I have. I think this would be fresh.
Put it on the recording then.
So
Sister.
we're talking about unlearning the things that we've unlearned. So Charity was saying that what she's unlearned was
Playing the victim.
playing the victim. That's so fucking deep. Okay, by the way. Like, and that's so powerful to say, like to say that out loud.
Hmm.
Bold. Um, I've unlearned many things, but one of the major things that I've unlearned was being an habitual liar.
Let me sip to that. Go off.
I'm gonna tell this story, but the way that I explain it to you and the way that I break it down,
Hmm.
I want you to understand that you can still talk about the people, because in the Black culture we have a code. We don't
Hmm.
really talk about our mom and daddy. We can talk about them, but you can't talk about them. But we ain't gonna necessarily put them on blast like that.
Right.
But I'm a type of nigga that I'm open and
Hmm.
I'll put everybody on blast, but I'll
Right.
praise them at the same time.
Wow.
So I'm gonna show you how to do that, and I'm gonna start right here.
Come on. The doors of the church are open. Even for the minister. Lay it at the altar. We here. And we support you. Go off. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Th-
I received it already in the name. Hey.
Growing up, I had a very huge responsibility as a child because my mother, she didn't receive the best education, and she didn't push forward with, you know, learning things that would enhance her education, as far as just being available for, her kid that would eventually go to school and need help and need reassurance and need redirection from the teachers who just passed me to the next grade because I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was very hard, dealing with a mother like that. And my mother, before I was even thought of, you know, has always been, and my family can attest to this, somewhat of an habitual liar. And so I was raised by an habitual liar, someone who just would lie just out of nowhere, like about the most simplest shit. Child, I only got $2 when you got a whole last $100 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? But you got it. Or, I ain't got no more. I ain't just the stupidest shit. Just the dumbest,
The
craziest.
sky is green outside today. Yeah, look, I'm looking at it right now. It's green.
Yeah, girl, you don't see that? I mean, well, shit, I thought it was blue, girl. I mean, but not, girl, no. Girl, on this side, I don't know but your side, but this side, oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
green.
And I just did never understand why, and I got a chance to get to know my mother a little bit, and especially after being an adult and realize that, she's going through her own traumas, and she's experienced her life in several different ways and may have been hurt and abused, but um she didn't realize that she spilled that toxic energy like on me, and she kind of put me in a place of being able to consume the energy or just the character of an habitual liar, until I started to realize on my own that nobody's going to trust you if you keep lying about shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be truthful, you have to be honest, and you have to, not be afraid to tell the truth, even when it's embarrassing. Like, if you don't want to share it, just don't share it,
Facts.
but don't lie about it, you
Right.
know? So I would go to school, and even though my mom knew that, I was a child growing up, developing, I had a quote unquote stuttering problem, right? But who child don't, you know, and eventually like develop a speech, you know, situation where they're learning their words, they're trying to get to know this life or whatever. And she kind of took that far, like really, really far. So I ended up being a special ed, and I ended up being examined by so many people in my life. I remember being behind a glass window and people looking for me behind, analyzing me like I'm a fucking test rat or a test dummy. And I
Mm.
just remember feeling so lost and so abused, and trying to understand like why people keep telling me what I am.
Mm.
I'm not able to articulate, at this moment of my life, like how I truly feel because I'm
Right.
a child. But I guess I'm just going to allow these leaders, these adults in my life, to keep on telling me who I am. And as my mother eventually getting the answers that she needed, she just didn't stop
Mm.
until she got that government check.
But
But
money
what she didn't
talks.
realize, huh?
I said, because money talks,
Yeah.
apparently.
But what she didn't realize is that she put me in a place of not being confident in
Mm.
myself. And
Right.
so when I get out there and I'm surrounded around people, I'm filled with anxiety. I don't know how to talk to people. I know how to talk to people, but I've been taught that I can't.
Right.
I've been taught that I don't know how to do math, that I don't know how to subtract, that I don't know how to add. So eventually I say, well, I don't know how to do it. And then I don't do it, you know? And so it wasn't until I was in high school, maybe when I moved out when I was 16, a sophomore in high school, that I actually started learning.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it just took me a while to understand what had happened to me, because when you are a child, are, you know in the presence of your guardians for 12 years, you have about mm, maybe 5 or 10 or 12 more years to try to see why the fuck you so fucked up. you
Right.
know? And then you get out there and you realize that, you don't say things that you need to say because you haven't been taught how to stand up for yourself. And then you have to learn how to stand up for yourself.
And that's nerve-wracking all by itself, because how do you do that?
How do you do that when you haven't been taught by the people who say that they love you? And it gets deep. And the only reason why I'm being so raw with y'all right now is because we have to get to a point where we have to start telling the truth.
Yeah.
I have issues. I have issues not because of the things that I've experienced in my adulthood that are now my responsibility because I'm an adult. But
Right.
I have issues from my upbringings, being a child, that was
Mhm.
not my responsibility at that moment, at that time of my life.
Mhm.
And when you don't have people that you can bring some shit to and say, look, this is how I felt, this is how I received you, I experienced you. And for them to respond and say, the past is the past, you need to get over that. It's one of the most hurtful things you can ever experience in your life. Like, it's one of the most degrading. I'm taking a break because I ain't trying to cry.
Listen, and I'm over here about to tear up because yes. Like, hold on, because I'm really about to start crying. Sorry, y'all. Yep. That just happened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but man, like, to hear that. Um,
It's
somebody
just that.
telling you, yeah, somebody telling you, like, let it go. Like, the past is in the past, and they just want you to, like, say, fuck it, and just sweep it under the rug without ever addressing it.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that you have to carry those emotional scars with you forever until you choose to unlearn it. And I think that's why so many people out here are just frustrated and angry because somebody told them as a kid, like, just get over it, fuck it.
Yeah.
Whew.
I think that
Whew.
it's just one of those things that you have to accept. You can't do anything about it. You just have to learn how to be better because people don't realize, just like Charity was saying, that you have to carry this for the rest of your life. And then when you realize that you can't reciprocate what you feel and they can't reciprocate back to you what they're feeling or what they experience from you, it's like, I didn't do this shit to myself.
Right.
I didn't.
All right. Hey, y'all. So, just like the ghetto bitches that we are, this shit decided that while we was having a full-fledged moment, it wanted to stop recording. So we had to take a break and get ourselves together. And we're back. So we're going to wrap this thing up. But hopefully we can go back to what we were talking about without having a whole crying session all over again. I think this was probably the realest moment we just ever had. And this is for everybody
Yeah.
podcast history. And we've been low key doing
Yeah.
it for a year. Antwon, by the way, did you know that today is the anniversary of our first release?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Cheers to that, First Lady.
We have
Yeah.
clink, clink, clink. We have
Wayne.
on the air off and on doing this to everybody podcast, the show, for one full year. Today, a year ago, we released our first episode. We was just two kids Going to the studio, don't know what was going on, but we were just like, we have a dream, we have ambition, we have a goal and a vision. Let's just see what happens. And it's just amazing how far a year has gone. So to know that this is our 1 year anniversary, to know that we done choked up and had a full on crying session about some shit that's just really traumatic and traumatizing, raw, uncut, real life shit. I think that is, I think we just had a breakthrough, friend. Honestly, I think that's what that was. Revolution, a solar
Yeah,
return, 1 full year around the sun. I'm proud of us.
me too. Me too. And that wasn't planned. That wasn't a practice, praise, a break.
It
You know,
wasn't, no, like shit. I guess the computer got full too.
yeah.
The spirit was like, listen, I need a break because
What is
what
that?
hold me. I need a break.
Man.
The computer was tired. The computer was like, let me just fast pass out right here. Go get the white sheet. Bring out the white sheet because I'm about to fall out. And
Well,
that's
well,
what
let me just, I guess, finish what I was saying as far as like, and I think that we got caught up on the word degrading. You know, it choked us up.
when I tell you I was triggered. I had about 5 different flashbacks that came into my head. I was like, oh shit, I'm really about to do this. I'm about to start crying.
Yeah,
Sitting
yeah.
up there
I
drinking this.
felt it. I don't even know where that even came from, but I think it came. And this is the thing. I don't cry. Like I just don't. I have hardened myself, but because I am uprooting from toxic individuals, whether it's old friendships, family members, I am on the cusp of that because I'm moving to Atlanta. So I think that the emotions also came from the fact that I literally have to let it go and I
Mm-hmm.
can't look back. Because if I look back and I don't let it go, I'm gonna be the same nigga talking about what I should have did and wanted to do, but didn't do it because I'm so stuck on things that don't really serve me. So being able to recognize the truth on how people make you feel, whether they're your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, them, it don't matter. If they making you feel a certain type of way,
It's valid.
then it's valid. Especially like when you feel degraded, it's like you think that I'm making this shit up.
Right.
Like you think that I'm constantly reminding you of my pain because I want to.
Right. It's the
Like,
gaslighting. It's the gaslighting for me. That's the part that really be fucking me up. Like, I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you my experience of you, and you're taking it so personally. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. What are you talking about? You might not remember, but I know my experience of you. I know what happened
yeah,
to me. I'm not gonna make this shit up. Like, it's the gaslighting for me, just like you said. It's the audacity of it all. It's the
yeah. Oh yeah.
it's the
Oh
audacity of it all. It's like, how dare you try and tell me what I experienced when I know what I felt, what I seen, what I felt, what I heard, anything. Like, how dare you tell me that that's not true
yeah.
to me, to something that happened to me?
Right, exactly. As if it didn't happen to me. Like, but this is the thing. Because you want to hold all your secrets hostage,
Mhm.
don't mean that I want to hold all my secrets hostage. That doesn't mean that I want to hold all my shit in and just like take it to the grave. No, that shit ain't healthy.
Right.
It's not healthy for me, but if it's healthy for you, that's cool, do that. But if you want to be in my life, you have no choice but to show up.
Mhm.
And if you can't show up, you have to be dismissed at the end of the day. I love you. I got love for everybody. I got love for my mama. She's a beautiful queen, She deserves everything that she wants. Um, but I also have to be honest and say that she hasn't always showed up.
Mhm.
I love my father. He's an amazing genius. when he wants to be, you know, but he hasn't showed up. And I have to be honest with it. I can't lie. I can't fake the funk. I can't pretend. And this is what this sanctuary is for. It's for us to come and lay all of our burdens down on the line, like literally, and cry with each other.
Right.
And we're going to continue to build this thing and continue to make it more powerful and more soothing, and feels like more of a sanctuary as we evolve and as we build, because we literally have to come together. The generation that's within our generation, and the few pieces of generations that actually feel what we feel, because y'all exist,
Y'all exist.
we have to come together, and we have to eventually we have to be an example for each generation, so that the people that are stuck in their own ways and in their own, dysfunction can tap out of that, can wake up on out of that, because you're missing out on so many relationships that you can have, so many real relationships. We can be friends, all of us, family members and all.
You really can.
But you also have to be obedient to your role. And if you didn't show up one time in your life and you have changed, quote unquote, then you shouldn't be ashamed of telling the truth on how you made someone feel.
Right.
So I will say that I've unlearned how to be an habitual liar, because I realized that it didn't serve me or the people surrounding me. And I unlearned it because of that, but also because I wanted to evolve and I wanted to be better. And I unlearned it when I was tired of being sick and tired.
And that's really all it takes. Like, nothing dramatic has to happen. Nothing significant has to happen. You just got to wake up one day and say, enough is literally enough. I'm done. And it's not to say that every day is going to be linear. You're not going to have days. This healing process, this journey, it's ugly. It gets ugly. Sometimes you have to revert back to old things that you want to forget about, but you have to remember them so that I never want to feel this again. I never want to go through this again. I never want to experience. I don't know. I don't want to even inflict. I don't even want to inflict this on somebody else.
Yeah.
You have to go through those painful moments just to remind yourself, like, hey, this is where I came from, but this is not where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. And this is not who I am at the end of the day.
It's not. Ooh, baby, I'm not gonna do it no more. We already cried.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, after today, hell, I'm gonna try to bring a tear every goddamn session.
Listen, because if it's gonna bring the rawness out like that, I might just need to cry sometimes.
Yeah, out loud.
Antwon, give me a song real quick. Just whatever's on your heart. I need to hear something. And then we're gonna close this sucker out.
Out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place. If you can. If you can.
And on that note, that's how we got to close this thing. We really don't have nothing else to say. That's it. That's all. In the word of Miss Tabitha Brown. Whew, Antwon, this was very therapeutic. This was the recording session I didn't know we needed to have.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that. But we hope that y'all got something out of this today for sure. There was a word in here. Somebody, when they press play, they gonna cry with us too. I know it. I know it. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my spirit. Somebody is gonna get something out of this. And honestly and truthfully speaking, if you felt something from this recording, I want to hear it. We want to hear it. Like, please email us at thisisforeverybodypodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear your story in the most confidential way. You don't have to go in details. You don't even have to say much, but I heard your message today. If that's all you got, if that's all you can say, we're here for you. Literally the doors of the church is open. If you want to donate to our tithes and offering collection plate because you just felt so good about what you felt and heard today, again, the PayPal is open. We'll click that. We'll put that link in the description bar so you know exactly where to find and send the money to. But we hope y'all have a great evening. This was our limited edition Sunday service on April the 11th, 2021. The most rawest, realest This Is For Everybody episode ever recorded. And if we ain't ever say nothing else to y'all, we say this one thing to you.
Bye-bye now.
Listen to your mind for the signs, so you never, ever, ever, ever be blind.